Today we're going to try to true up our wheel. It's got a little bit of a wobble in it, so to make things easier we've taken the derailleur out of the picture just so we can spin it both ways, and then taking the tire off as well because we're changing that, and then we'll use some zip ties and a spoke wrench and hopefully we can get it a little bit better at least. So it's a little bit wobbly. I'll show you.
Oh, she's right, gibbled.
See if we can straighten that out a little bit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna attach a zip tie to here. Make sure we get it the right way. And then we want it to just contact the rim ever so slightly. Have to trim it, I think. Out there, I don't know if you can see that black on black, but you can hear that for sure. Now we're going to do the same thing to the other side with another zip tie. Essentially what we're trying to do is create a truing stand. Couple spots we're gonna have to fix. So not touching.
Oh shit, yeah, she's right, gibbled, buddy.
The wobbly one. Pretty much the gist of it. Just watch where that zip tie loses contact. So we got contact here, and then it slowly moves away, and then we got a decent size 4 or 5 mil gap in through there. So we want to pull the rim to the right in this section and bring it closer to this zip tie. So we're gonna want to tighten all the spokes that pull it to the right. So this one here, and see we can contact back in here. So that's probably 1, 2, and maybe slightly on this one here. And if these right ones are already too tight, you don't want to over tighten them and strip the nipple.
You said
so
nipple.
You can loosen the ones that pull it to the left just slightly before you go ahead and tighten the ones on the right. And then adjust tension after the rim is straightened to make sure tension's even throughout. We're going to go ahead and tighten some spokes, but before we do that, we want to make sure we're turning in the right direction. Good way to visualize it is the nut is your nipple. This bolt is your spoke.
Again.
So we're turning the nipple.
Oh, and
so
again.
We want to turn it this way to pull the spoke up and create more tension and shorten the spoke, and turn it this way to extend the spoke and create less tension. Now that we have that slightly more simplified version in our heads, put it on the rim. We're not actually going to do it, but turning the nipple this way is going to tighten your spoke, shorten the spoke, create more tension, and turning it this way is going to loosen your spoke, elongating the spoke in here and creating less tension. Now that we understand that, we can go ahead with our tune. So we're just going to figure out where we need to adjust. Okay, so it's right about there. I've just marked it with a little bit of tire sealant. So we're going to want to tighten these ones to pull it to the right. And then these are already quite tight. So we're going to loosen a couple of these spokes that are pulling it to the left, just to make it a little bit easier for us. All right, so we've loosened a couple spokes that are pulling it to the left. And we're going to go ahead, just tighten maybe half a turn at a time. just to see. Okay, that one and this one here. Okay, and then we'll check it.
I'm hot-blooded. Check it and see.
Okay, that's good. We're getting quite a bit closer already there. We'll have a look here.
Looking a little less gibbled. Not bad for a mountain man.
Quite a bit better than it was before. But we're just going to go around to all those spots and do the same thing. Get the wheel nice and straight. So I've gone ahead and tuned up a couple spots. We can see that it's already much better than it was before. Try to fine tune it a little bit more. See if we can't get it almost perfect. Pretty much all trued up.
Oh, shit yeah, buddy. You're hired. Professional wheel tech. Mint.
You can see that gap between the zap strap and the rim is pretty consistent all throughout. So now we'll just go and we will just check the tension of all the spokes, make sure there's no super loose ones, and then we'll mount up our new tire. Throw some sealant in.